record?
Yes.
Putting in permanent crowns, we use X Luting Plus. So it's a paste mix. When we take this off, you will notice the tips. There's two different barrels, and we like to have those clean, so there's nothing that's going to be set up that's going to be in our mix. So I'm going to wipe those off and make sure that those are clean. It's a good idea to actually clean them after we mix the cement, but sometimes things get busy. Okay, so that looks much cleaner. Also make sure that our mixing pad is free of any debris, that there's nothing along the edges, and that it looks like it's perfectly fine. Okay. Other thing too, before I start mixing these, if you notice, I have two different spatulas here. This one has some debris on it. This one has some stuff that we don't like to have. So when you're mixing this, when you get to the end, you want to wipe this off right away before it sets. Otherwise, you're going to spend several minutes trying to scrape that off back in sterilization. Okay, so now we're going to put this out, and it just comes out, we call this a clicker, and then you can put out, that's one click, that's 2 clicks, and usually 2 clicks is enough for most crowns. If it's kind of a bigger crown, we may do a 3rd click, okay? And you wipe it away like that. Remember what I said earlier? Let's just go ahead and just wipe that off right away, put this cap back on, now it's clean. Okay, we have 2 different pastes, and this is a light sensitive material, so you don't want to let this sit out for too long. But when we mix it, we're going to mix this way, and then we're going to mix that way, and then when it's all done, we're going to get it all kind of piled up on the spatula and not leave much left on the pad. So let's go ahead and start mixing this. I'll come in a little bit closer. So this thing is pretty simple. You go back and forth, and sometimes you may have to lift it up off the countertop so your hand can move around. And so I'm going backward. Now I'm going to go this direction. And I'm not getting close to the edges. I'm staying kind of right here in the middle. You can kind of get away from me if you get too far off to the side. But it only takes a few seconds, maybe 10 seconds or so of mixing. And now I'm starting to anticipate I'm getting here towards the end. I'm going to make sure it's all right there. Now I can go right along here and scoop about 90% of the mixing stuff is on this spatula. Now I'm ready to load that right into a crown. So imagine that's been loaded into the crown, and it's now in place. We're going to take and wipe this off real quick. And now it's clean, ready to go.